Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Stage Racer episode number 65. We continue on with the Giro d'Italia, stage 10 of 21, and it's a pretty big climbing stage here as we head into this one. So my 8th position is definitely on the line, especially when I have, well, a bit of a sniffle. And to be honest with you, I wish that's all that I had. As I'm sure you've already heard me say by now, if you saw the last episode, or if you've seen my weekly review or something along those lines, or if you're wondering why you didn't see a career mode episode yesterday, and that is all down to my case of pneumonia that I'm suffering from right now. So, not doing so hot. This will be another short episode. Over the last 4.5 days, I've only been able to record for a total of about 20 minutes. So I am falling well behind on content, but I'll eke out what I can. Now, this is the type of stage where I'd like to stay live for the whole thing, but there might be a random brief cut without really distance in the stage, possibly if I go into some sort of coughing fit, all that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, we're in the top 10. We're into the big climbs where hopefully I can shine and be competitive. But again, I'm not going to have support from the team. And this is the type of stage that could hurt me, because it's 4 big categorized climb. I don't know why this one is not categorized. I mean, this looks to be as big as the first 2 climbs. I mean, I get that it levels off and then it goes up again, and they hate adding those together, but I would think that's a pretty significant climb right there. So I'm looking at 5 climbs on the day, and I'm thinking my team, most of them will be dropped by the 3rd climb, depending on what the pace is. I mean, maybe the pace isn't that hot. Maybe it's a small break that doesn't get very far away. If that's the case, it might not be as bad. Maybe we wait till the 4th climb to turn up the heat. Team's looking for a top 3 on the stage. I don't know what I'll be able to accomplish in that. Again, part of that's going to depend on my team. Part of that depends on the effects of this bit of a sniffle. Luckily, right now, I'm still at 98%, so it's really only dropped me ever so slightly. My mountains and hills, 82, 84 today. Resistance is a 78. Stamina is a 71. What's the distance? About 206, 207 from where we started. Maybe 210. I wasn't paying attention to that early, but that's a pretty long stage. I mean, we're looking at plus 50k, an extra 50k from where stamina has an impact. And with a stamina of 71, that actually could hurt me today on the resistance, especially over the final 50 kilometers, which comes with not 1 but 2 pretty big climbs. Though this climb isn't as much as I thought it was, is it? It's just, well, it is still 6.5k at 6% and a pretty decent descent. I mean, you could probably give just about 100% over the top of this one, the Pian del Falco. That's a big climb. That's the main climb today. If you're there, oh my goodness, yeah, so much of it's at the end too. Actually, that's still not as bad as I would think. Okay, we're looking at 3 kilometers in double digits, but at worst it's 14.3, and it looks like it's pretty steady. So it's about 14%, 13% maybe throughout that final 3 kilometers. If we have enough energy there as we head into those 3K, we want to make sure that we're trying to hang in there, have enough for the 3K, that's a good place to use your gel and battle it out, because I think the stage is won or lost in that 3 kilometers. There's enough time to recover. That's straight down. Yeah, there's enough time to recover on that descent before you go up the other one, and it's not that steep that you could battle it out from there. Maybe. Maybe. We're already approaching the first climb. "12 riders in the break, only a minute's lead." That is what I was counting on, so that the pace isn't too bad while we do the first climb. Yeah, no. Apparently not so good. Look at that. We're still early in the climb, and my support riders have already died. First 2 riders out the back. First 3 riders from the break already caught. Third rider out the back. But they're not far. Yeah, they've actually remade contact. We sat up. And again, I'm at the front, but I'm not. I'm not at the front, okay? Don't worry about that. I get that comment all the time. Understand the game mechanics. Understand the coding within the game. I am not at the front. Housen is. Housen is on relay. I am on maintain position. I might be visibly at the front, but I am not at the front. That is the coding within the game. So don't worry. I'm not getting my nose out. Unless I'm going effort or relay, I am just in the pack. If you're on maintain position, you are just in the pack. Okay. Here we go. So, excuse me. Down to 8 riders off the front, but their gap got much, much bigger the last third of that climb as everyone decided to back off. But I suppose the good news is my whole team is still here and already recovering. They are going to need to pick up the pace again, though, and this actually kind of feels like a good time to do that, but they're not doing that. Next climb, shorter, but steeper. Breakaway has reached the base. It's 8.5 kilometers, 6%. Gaps opened up even further. Again, even Jakobsen, not at the front. However, he is on protect duty. That's not in the break. And by the way, while I have a momentary opportunity to mention it here, unlike normal, there could be random breaks in the commentary just to give my throat, my chest a chance to rest and recuperate before I go into the coughing, before I go into not really being able to breathe terribly well. But I'm giving it my all to recover quickly. Enough so to the point that after doing a little research, it was said that pneumonia is, it does help the recovery of pneumonia to get physical exercise. So I still played my soccer games this weekend. I still played 2 games. However, I was getting 2 to 4 minutes per shift. That was it. I just didn't have the lung capacity And I must say that actually one of those games, even though, again, it was limited minutes, I played very well. Had a really nice game. I think every single shot that the other team attempted in front of me, I ended up blocking just about 100% of those shots. It was crazy how good my hand-eye coordination was. And then the next day, my hand-eye coordination was a bit of a mess. And I made a lot of mistakes that I don't ever make in that game. Just passes that were going awry, and a couple times that I'm already looking up and thinking about a pass as the ball's coming my direction, and then I miss the ball entirely. What? Yeah, that was a rough one. But the other game was really good, so I was able to pull it together for one. But again, very limited minutes from what would normally be, and a couple times I'm pretty much on the sideline, like practically dying. We are getting a little attack here from Carapaz. It's a bit early for that. I'm definitely not interested in following him. Volgren, though, will pull it back. Landa will pull it back, and that's good.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
I am not interested in any early attacks. Currently, Killen, Jakobsen, Nizzolo, and Mezgec all are done and out the back as 6+ minutes behind already. Scottson just got dropped. Schultz hanging on, and Trentin are still there. Peloton getting smaller and smaller, 82. For now, we're just about done climbing until we hit the big climb. And let's go ahead and speed up to that point. Trentin, Schultz not hanging on very well, so the pace continues. Oh, Bookman. Whoa. Bookman is withdrawn. And Carapaz trying to attack again. Boy, he's wasting a lot of energy early here. He's looking for a big time chunk, I think. 60 left in the group. Trentin, the only one here. And he is even too far behind. So this is what I worry about, right? If I had a strong climber with me, he would be protecting me right now, and I would be at near full by the time we begin this climb, especially with this little descent. I can understand having a little bit of fatigue in there, and I will get a little recovery before we start the climb. But it's not going to be much, and I don't think I'm going to be at full, because it's quite short. Oh, hello, Trentin. Excuse me.
So now it's the descent. It's less physically exhausting than a climb, but it's more stressful as the riders must choose their trajectory well and maintain a good position on the bike.
Okay. Well, there's what I was talking about, and actually it looks like we're going to just about tick full, and we did. Stamina bar is still just above half, so actually we did really well through the first part of this stage, not wasting any energy, so we're in good shape. Schultz is back, but he's going to be right out the back in just a moment, as he had no energy, and sure enough, Trentin's also going to fade here. 2 phases to this climb. This first one, not severe. Second one, mostly on the flat. Well, 2 phases. You have a mostly flat section, but then that's the 3-kilometer climb that I was saying that could really decide this stage, and could possibly open some massive time gaps in the overall standings if you are in second or third group. We could be talking about a minute, 2 minutes gap between groups. So breakaway down to a minute and a half, and now splitting, and they're hitting the flat section. And speaking of hitting the flat section, I'm about to hit the flat section. And there you go. This is kind of the base of that part now. Yes. So our relatively flat section, anywhere from flat to about 5%. It's hovering, but mostly 2. So back into a flat rating. This is actually not good for me. But I am going to go ahead and trigger my gel. We have 5K to go. This should hopefully kick off right at the start of the 3K section, or just into it a little bit. But this is, there we go. This is the decisive section, and we're going to give just a little attack here.
Attack by Rohan Dennis. Counter-attack by Stefan Kuhn.
Okay. Well, give it a shot. They were eager. Do I have a sneak? Oh, maybe I do have a sneak. Maybe I need to use that sneak again, because we're already down to 1.8. Yeah, that didn't work, but down to 1.3.
Counter-attack by Raphael Mashka.
Okay, here's the next attack. Bennert, Ulysses, Demoulin. Group really isn't thinning much at all. Oh, Bennert, how did Bennert get separation? Over the top.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign.
I think Bennert's still ahead of us. I don't know how he got any separation at all. It was like right before the corner. Yes, he's at the front. Yes, he's attacking, but nobody let up. And then we come around the corner, and all of a sudden he's 10 seconds clear. Just as the camera kind of flipped, all of a sudden, there he was. Alright, well, just 10K to go in the stage. 17 in the peloton. There's still 5 riders away, and Bennert has caught Tolhoek and Masnada. Mataway and Caruso a little bit further away, but I do think we will probably pull those guys back, meaning it'll be about 22 to compete. Who have we lost? Carapaz. Too much effort from him, and he's gone out the back. So we are 48 seconds behind front right. Bennert has left Tolhoek and Masnada behind. Carapaz behind. Lambrecht, Amador, Lopez, Evenepoel. Well. Okay. That was that climb was a bit more decisive than I thought it ended up being, considering how many are still here in the group, with 6K to go. I don't like my position at the back. This is not a good time to be near the back. So I'm just going to kind of creep forward a little bit where I want to be. 4K to go. And it's now 18 chasing 2. 16 chasing 2. 2 guys out the back. Okay, we've gotten to the front. 15 chasing 2. And I think we're seeing some accelerations here. I don't like how much energy I've been using though. Okay, 13 riders, 8 riders. This is it. This is the front of the field now. 8 riders. Who is left? And how are they doing? Let's see. I have 5. We already know how Demoulin's doing. And he's doing a bit better than I am right now. And so is Mas. Roglic is right where I'm at, though. Actually, yeah, he is. He's right where I'm at. Haig's a little bit fresh. Hagita. Wow. See, this doesn't feel like it's been that big. Oh, Bennert's done because of his effort. So Bennert's about to get dropped. We're about to be down to 6. I'm not going to last long here, though. I do need to really kind of back off and just hold it. I do see a few guys that could go gain some time, so I did make a little mistake on my effort to try to squeeze forward, but there you go, final. Wow, those just sudden acceleration.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first of the line today?
But considering it's the final few hundred meters, there's the energy. How was Higita? Oh yeah, he still had it. Those are the 4 that had energy left.
Right on the line.
Moss takes the stage. We're right behind it though. 50 seconds is okay. Big time gaps gonna be opening up behind us. So Bennett struggled there. Micah. I could have done better. That last little bit, I was nervous about how many riders we had in that group. That, almost 20, and I was right at the back because the reshaping within the groups. Suddenly, I was at the back of the group, not at the front of the group, where I prefer to be. I wasted energy to move to the front, and that ultimately was a mistake. The reason I did it was I was worried that one of those riders in front of me would suddenly become too fatigued and they'd break contact with the group. And all of a sudden I'd be in the second group and I'd waste a lot more energy at that point recovering to the front group. So I burned a little too much energy. I should have taken care of that on the descent instead of on that final climb, because it did cost me 40 seconds. Otherwise, I would have stayed with those guys. I don't know if I would have won the stage or anything, but I would have been with Moss, Mulan, Haig, and Hagita if I hadn't wasted that energy. Which, again, the way I should have taken care of that was on the descent. Which I do find it odd that it somehow reset me to the back of the group, because at the top of the climb, where I went back to maintain position, the Category 1 climb, I was at the front. So I don't know why I wasn't maintaining a front position. Or were they literally all on the attack? Well, it doesn't look like it. Right? Those 4 guys had plenty of energy left at the end. Maybe that comes down to the stamina and resistance, though. More so. So maybe they were all effort up. That just doesn't seem likely. Alright, well, 44 seconds down equals 53. Yes, that makes perfect sense. I was 44 seconds behind. It was very clear when I crossed the line, but okay. We can count. Minute 3, minute 27, minute 56. Again, gaps are going to get big. Very much small group finish. So Dumoulin leads. Roglic is second with 14 seconds behind. Moss 47. Bennett is 2:02 in fourth. I am in fifth at 2:35. So that's good. I move up 3 spots. It wasn't the ideal finish. At least, we're not talking about 53 seconds of ideal, but considering the gap that I had already anyway, that I was only in 8th, and that I lack a bit of team support, yeah, I'll take it. And that I'm operating on like less than half capacity myself. That is a factor. I am very much more mistake prone at the moment, so I'll accept that. I'll take ownership of that. Okay, well, boo-hoo. 6th on the stage. So sad. I've always found it odd when, like, say, a breakaway claims the first 5 positions and then you finish 6th, and your objective was to finish in the top 5, and then all of a sudden the team's mad. Oh, it's so infuriating. Alright, well, stage 11, huh? Here's the thing. This is already the most I've recorded. I know it only ended up being 1 stage, but I've got to pick my battles, and I am I'm going to go ahead and call that an episode there. One, this is longer than the last episode was. I'm going to make sure that I do get a career mode episode in before the end of the week. I don't know if I'll get my second Stage Racer episode. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.